Okay. Blender in there. There we go. And the center. I think that's good. Alright. Hello my lovelies, Minxy Misty here, as always, and today we're going to talk about positivity versus negativity. Light side versus the dark side. Jedi versus the Sith. I'm going to start off by saying I'm full Jedi all the way, although Sith, they do look pretty darn cool. I am a Star Wars nerd, what can I say? Jedi, Obi-Wan, my favorite. Of course, Yoda's awesome. Love the way he talks. But when you talk about positivity versus negativity, of course, everything, just like anything else, is kind of a matter of perspective in a sort of sense. And everybody has different views on that because everyone has different morals and a moral value and moral compass. And also, of course, religion can sometimes be a factor as well. But just in general, the world as a whole is, I mean, our brains are naturally taught to think in a negative way, in a negative outlet. And I, for one, actually grew up and was raised in it was kind of a negative environment. I guess a lot of my family kind of have a negative way of thinking and form of thinking, and because of that, it's very good though. Because of that, at some point as I got older, I started to kind of train myself to be that positive light, and to be more positive. And because of that, it would make me fight even harder to be positive. And Facebook comments and stuff like that, I've had people give me compliments before. I had a woman that I was working with, a girl that I was working with, just said, "You're reading your post every day just really like brightens my day. They're always so positive and upbeat, and I just really love that about you." It also came into play, at work and stuff, because I would always try so hard. I really am a realist, in a lot of ways, in a lot of sense, but it is something that I a lot of times do, whether or not you can tell, sometimes have to work at to stay positive, because the world, it can just be so heavy, and it can weigh so heavy on your shoulders, and be so hard, and a lot of times it is very hard to stay positive. I am religious. I do believe in God, and that kind of helps, prayer and everything like that. When I get too down, and of course, family being supportive, my spouse, he's really, really there for me and supportive. A lot of times he's been with me through a lot that's gone on in my life. I guess the best example that I can try to explain as far as me staying positive and being positive, I had a job that I worked with some of my family members as well, and things like that. And I'd had a previous job before that. I was cleaning houses, apartments and stuff like that, and doing that kind of work, even though it makes you feel good about yourself, because like you're really getting hands-on, you're really working hard, so there's something there's something quite fulfilling for that. When you're done at the end of the day, you feel fulfilled. You're like, I worked hard, and then when you get that check, it's like that much more, yeah, I did good, look at me, whenever you're doing the getting your hands dirty type of work, and all in, and stuff like that. But occasionally, cleaning up after people and cleaning people's messes would occasionally kind of get you down on yourself, being in the hospitality type of industry, and you're serving other people, and sometimes you forget to take care of yourself, and sometimes you start feeling kind of low on yourself, and looking down. So because of that, and they were aware of that, there was two positive energies. Their name was Warren and Sherry, but two of my bosses. I don't know if I can really drop names, but two of my bosses were very like very positive. They were some of the first most positive people that I really was introduced to in my life, and they had something called PI, which is positive influence every day, and we would do like little exercises and things like that. And I actually, to stay positive, little games and little, set goals today, go home, homework, set goals, come back tomorrow, we'll discuss, or we'll discuss it at the end of the week. I think they did it at the end of every week, and I just loved it. I waited all week for it, but I carried that on with me, several other jobs, because I did some telemarketing for a while, things like that as well. And telemarketing, having people cuss you out and hang the phone up on you, oh, it can really be a drag. Sometimes you're like, so a lot of times you needed that positive light. And like, if something about telemarketing too, when you're having a bad day, it just like consistently gets bad. It gets worse and worse and worse. So you need some positive energy. And like I said, I was working a job, and the positive influence thing every day kind of hit a light. I'm like, everybody's kind of being a drag, kind of bringing me down. Some people were being kind of hard on me and picking on me and things like that as well. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the bigger person, and I'm going to try to change this environment. I'm not going to, let it keep bringing me down and draining my energy. I'm going to try to be, a positive light and change the energy, change the environment, and I'm going to introduce these people to positive influence every day. So I would start writing positive quotes, and I would hang them up on the walls for people to read every day. And I invented little like exercises, and then just little fun things like cheesy things that you do like at school, like superhero t-shirt day or crazy sock day or whatever kind of silly thing, crazy hat day, whatever you can think of. Wear your favorite comic book character shirt or favorite band shirt or whatever the case may be. And we just did little exercises, I had the idea to do some potlucks. I mean, this place we weren't even doing potlucks or anything like that, which a lot of places do. If you're not familiar with a potluck, I'm sorry, because it's really awesome. It's really good. So when everybody kind of cooks food and they bring it all to work, and you just have this big old meal or whatever. Everybody cooks their own kind of thing and adds their own part and does their own thing to it. It's really good, really awesome. If you haven't done, I suggest it. And then we also did some pizza parties and things like that. And I thought in doing so that, that more people would participate. I was actually quite surprised at the lack of participation, I guess because of adults, something changes between childhood to adulthood, to where I guess people are not more inclined to do silly things and just have fun. Like we're not even so inclined to go and just straight shake a random person's hand or do silly stuff or go up to someone and, say nice things, hold doors. I don't know. I was actually quite surprised at the lack of effort and energy and people, and even there were some people that were supposed to be family or friends of the family or real close. Even they kind of, it was kind of a disappointment. At some point, someone literally brought me, took me aside and basically told me, oh, this is really childish, really mature what you're doing, and I just felt sorry for them. I felt kind of bad for them, because if you're so negative that even when someone's trying to be positive and be a positive light and bring some positivity and positive energy, that don't even work, it is quite disconcerting. And I started to think negatively about what I was doing a little bit, and kind of got insecure, and actually got me down enough to the point where I kind of stopped doing it, because I started to feel silly. And I mean, there's one point in my life where I look back and I'm like, I do have a regret, because I'm like, why did I let them bring me down? I was just trying to do something good. I was just trying to do something nice. I should have just let that roll off my shoulders. And it's part of, something I've considered in the fact that I've waited for YouTube to start YouTube, because I actually planned to do this for quite a long time, and I I discussed it with my family. It's been several years now, and it did kind of hold me back because they seemed to be hesitant when I kind of explained to them my thoughts and that I was thinking of doing it. I didn't really understand why. And everyone's always told me, you know, Misty, you have such a sensitive heart. You have such a big heart. And you know, I pulled them aside because I noticed my family, some of my loved ones, were not being very supportive. I wasn't getting kind of the support that I thought that I would, and it was quite confusing. And by all means, also, you know, just kind of side note here, leave comments if there ever was a time in your life maybe that and share with me, since I'm sharing with you, that you kind of felt low or thought that you weren't getting the support from family or maybe friends that you thought you were, and it kind of brought you, you know, and that it might have brought you down, because that was kind of the situation and circumstances that I was going through. And also, you know, with that, kind of tell me how you you know, dealt with that, and you decided to be that positive light and just let it roll off your shoulders, be like, I don't care, you know, whatever, fine, you know. And actually, in a way, it kind of had a bigger impact because it inspired me to try harder and to try more. Like, they think I can't do it, I'm gonna show them wrong, I'll prove they're wrong, or whatever, you know. So it kind of helped. I'm like, I'll show them, you know. So sometimes the negative energy that you get from other people can actually be turned into something positive if you use it as a way. Well, you just kind of step back and self-critique yourself and be like, you know what, maybe, you know, this is something that I can work on, that the delivery wasn't that great, but maybe this is something that I can use to kind of help me grow as a person and as a whole, and inspire me to work harder and make more of an effort, which is what I did. So I have no regrets, but I did notice that, well, I guess I regret waiting as long to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. This looks fun. This looks awesome. I want to do this. I see the other people doing it. Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, Rhett and Link, you know, these are some of the YouTubers that I absolutely love, and I'll probably discuss more about them, just some examples. And I'm like, they look like they're having so much fun. I got to do that, you know. And Hannah Hart, oh, she's just a guiding light, Jacksepticeye with all that energy. But, you know, I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to do it. I'm going to quit letting people hold me back. But I did bring the family aside, and you know, it was like, at some point, I talked to them about it. I'm like, so why is it that you kind of like deter? And they're like, well, Misty, you have a very sensitive heart and a big spirit, and they were more worried about, they were like, I guess they're worried that I wasn't going to get the amount of, like, how I might deal with, you know, because I know some YouTubers have had kind of issues, and I've watched some videos on it, people that, you know, let negative comments and negative feedback kind of bring them down. Some of them have got as much as, you know, depressed, really down about it. And I guess they were kind of worried that it might do the same thing. And, you know, they're like, well, we're just worried about if it doesn't work out for you. Well, no one really said, like, if it doesn't work out for you, but more like they're just worried about my sensitive heart. And they know that there's positive and negative energy out there, and that people are going to respond positively and negatively to whatever you're doing. And I was kind of surprised because they know as a child I kind of did get bullied and picked on. I had my last name was kind of comical, and I had some friends actually that, well, not friends, I had some people that became friends later on in life. And you know, being a little girl, there were two boys in particular that come to mind that just really picked on me, or really hard on me, and they really brought me down, and they would call me mean names and things like that. And I didn't really understand why. I didn't do anything to them directly to deserve it. But I really did get picked on, and later on I discovered that one or possibly both of them, they had a crush on me, and they were doing what little boys do, I guess. It was their way of, like, dealing with their emotions or whatever. They were doing the little boy girls, I kind of like you, I'm gonna pick on you, the whole thing, and stuff like that. So, and I made amends with the person. He even, like, one of them felt really particularly bad, and he even pulled me aside at some point, when I met him later on in life as we grew up as adults, and he's like, look, I'm really sorry. I feel really bad. I know we were really hard on you. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, it really did bother me. It really did upset me. What was that kind of all about? And he's like, well, honestly, I had kind of a crush on you. Me and the other gentleman, we both kind of had a bit of a crush on you. And I was like, what? I was like, I never would have expected that. I did not think that at all. I thought you guys hated me. You kind of made my childhood miserable. That's okay. And here's the reason. And I even expressed him. And I think I told him, I really hope that I told him, and if the other one is out here watching this now, it was okay. It's okay because it's all a part of my character and who I am and made me who I am. And I wouldn't change who I am for the world. I mean, there's always room to grow and to better oneself, but, it helped me to be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like that negative energy, that negative feedback, when you get it and you overcome it, it just makes you that much stronger in life. And I think that's pretty much everything. It makes you that much stronger whenever you overcome those obstacles and the negativity and negative energy. So I guess that's all I really have to say on the subject right now. Positivity versus negativity. Thanks for watching. Set your goals way high, and remember to love life and yourself. Stay positive. We'll see you next time. Bye.